Alright, so to start off this video, we're going to be talking about the basics of Robotc programming. Now, Robotc is a simple program used in the FTC competition to program robots in both teleop and autonomous modes. The goal of this video series is to help teach FTC teams how to program both autonomous and teleop, especially those teams in Rhode Island who often do not have such autonomous programs, etc. Now, to start off using Robotc, the first thing you do is you go to File, New, and you pick which template you want to use, whether you're doing an autonomous or a teleop. The reason why I say use these templates is they start off with all the basic setup you need for each program. So today we're going to start setting up an autonomous template. So once I click on that, it brings me to this. Now the first thing I do is I go to Robot Motor Sensor Setup. Now you go to External Controller and you hit Customize, and this is where you set up your controllers. Now you set this up according to the amount of controllers you have, which controllers you have, and the way they are daisy chained together. So in this setup I have my brick going to a motor controller and then to a servo controller. I'm going to change this so that I have 3 motor controllers which end with a servo controller. Next thing I do is I go to motors and I'm going to change my first one to right, and then motor E is going to be changed to left. Now next thing I need to do is reverse left, because the way the motors rotate, when you flip one around and put it on the left side, it's going to go the opposite way you want to. So by reversing it here, it makes everything else a lot easier, and it presets it for you so that it turns the right way. I hit apply, and for now that's all we're going to worry about on that. I hit OK. I'll go down. For an autonomous program, you do not need any of this. Reason why I just erased that while true if you saw it was because it will cause an endless loop to cause inside the program, and I do not want that for this basic setup. Now, when doing a basic autonomous program, the first thing we're going to be teaching here is how to make your robot drive straight. Now you're going to type in motor bracket right space equals space 100. Now that 100 is your value, so that's the power level in which is going to be going to the motor. It's in percentage. So if I put in 50%, the motor would have half the power going to as it would now, and it would go at half the speed as far as rotation. Next thing I want to do, and after that 100, you're going to put a semicolon, and after every statement you always put a semicolon to the end of the statement. Alright, so next thing I want to do is I'm going to put motor bracket again left close bracket space equals space 100 semicolon enter. Then next thing is I put wait, arrow key down, wait 1 millisecond, press enter, parenthesis, I'm going to set it to 1000, close parenthesis, semicolon, and then you go up to robot and you hit compile. At this point it's going to ask you for a name. I'm going to put video 1 auto basic setup. Right, you're going to hit save. It's going to tell you have to save in documents folder. You hit OK, and then you save it again, and now it's saved. Alright, so as you can see, everything looks fine. Now right down here is your error column. This will tell you if you have any errors. So say I forget to put a semicolon, I hit compile. That's going to pop up and it's going to say expected this, and it found a motor. That means it was expecting a semicolon there, and it kept looking, and then it found motor when it was supposed to find that semicolon. So all that means is in that spot you have to put a semicolon, fix, easy, and then I'd hit compile program, all done, it's fixed. So if I were to hit compile and download onto my XT brick, my robot would end up going for 1000 milliseconds and then stop. And that's all the program would do. That's all that's going to be in this video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, etc., whatever you want to see, just comment below, comment on the channel. If you're an FTC team, I'd like to see team numbers. I want to see who this is reaching out to. It's going to be the first of many videos, so please stay tuned. And that's all for today.